Because if you're always giving and
Yeah.
giving and giving, don't you deserve somebody to give to you sometime? So when
Mhm.
you started talking about pouring, and that's what I'm like, oh yeah, it's a slow leak.
Uh-huh.
And they are elevating. But
Mhm.
you keep pouring in them, and because it's just a slow leak, they elevating. But you are like a balloon that's becoming deflated
Yeah.
because nobody's blowing any air into you.
Mhm. Right.
Hi, welcome to this edition of Real Talk with TAS and OnJerya. I'm your co-host, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. TAS. OnJerya is my beautiful sister who, as I always say, try to keep me under control, but really it's the other way around. I'm trying to keep her under control. And let me see if I can get her in the line. Thank you for joining us. Let me see where Miss OnJerya at. Well, Miss OnJerya, I don't know why you won't come on in. Come in the house, girl. It looked like she's not going to come in the house after she was trying to beat her face. I think is what they call it. She beat her face. Okay. Well, Angelia, I'm shaking my head too. Cancel your request and let me try to send you a request. I tell you, we still retrograding, aren't we? So cancel your request and let me see if I can. Okay, well, it's still showing on my side. Let me see why it's still showing. It's just still showing on my side. I don't know why I want to show on my side. Okay, you can't join. We know that. Let me see if it will let me invite you now. Hopefully, I sent you an invite. Maybe this is because I invited myself to your house and didn't, tell you I was coming. I was just going to invite myself. Do you see the invite, Angelia? Well, mine is sent to you. Hi, Costa GM85. Thanks for joining us. I don't know what's going on with Angelia. They have been, no, no. What do you mean by no? So you don't see it? Hi. You said you deleted your request. Oh, that's Landa. Hey, Landa. How you doing? Um, you're unable to join, Anjay. I don't know why. Let me, because your request was still out there to join. I'm looking at your screen. Understand?
Jesus, build a fence around it, Lord. What's going on? Nah, Lord. I said, okay, Lord, you want me to be quiet? I get it. I have been cutting up.
Yeah, you have been. And I'm like, okay, I canceled. Well, you said, did you go back and I see your hair. You had to beat your face in your hair. That's the reason why, these regular scheduled programs. But now did you cancel your request and then send it again?
Okay, so what had happened is that when I hopped in, right, like
Feel like I'm low again.
you are, but it's okay. So, and it's funny because I'm at the bottom and you're at the top, but what you just posted, I was at the top and you was at the bottom.
I know that. Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it?
So I was like, okay, that's new.
I know. I know.
That's new.
I know that's nice. No, she did not. Yeah, I'm
I don't
so
mind.
low.
I don't mind being at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm like, I was so low. I'm like, I got to sit on this thing again because I just don't know what's happening.
But,
I'm
but
like,
did you
huh?
catch what did you catch what I said?
You don't. No, I was talking, so you were trying to talk. So no, repeat again. You don't
I
mind being on the
I
top.
don't mind being on. No, I don't mind being at the bottom. Being on the bottom.
Oh, bless your soul.
I know it's
Anyway,
okay. That went over a lot of people here. Don't worry about it.
as I was stating, it looks like I'm gonna have to start sitting on a pillow.
So what's going on with you then?
I don't know because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed with this setup that I'm aware of. But it's like you could not see me. And I had to, at least the pillow that I found, was that just last week I found a pillow?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't leave it in the chair, but I put it, to the right. And I'm like, okay, because these I didn't put in the closet. And it's like, I'm not being seen. And so now I'm on the pillow. But it reminds
Okay.
me, as I keep, yeah, I'm on the pillow now. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had to reach over there. Me and that reaching, like at CBS, I had to reach over there and grab that pillow because otherwise you're not going to be able to see me. And guys, the thing about the point I was going to make, my mother's father was 4'10", I think.
He was short.
Yeah, I think granddaddy was 4'10". And mama was 5'2" when I was growing up, but she's not 5'2" now. And I was 5'5", but I'm not 5'5" now. So I just don't know what's happening. It's like, you do shrink as you get older, but it looks like every Tuesday I'm shorter in here. I'm just not visible. But anyway, Anjay, that's enough about the fact that it seems like I'm going to have to make this little pillow part of my setup from now on if I'm going to be seen. And I guess when I go to Miss Gloria next time, I'm going to have to ask her to bring a pillow too,
Yeah.
because it seems like we both going to need a pillow to be seen. She already knows to have her pillow. I'm going to have one too.
She be fighting having her pillow because I tell her all the time, get the pillow. No, you don't have to see me. No, baby, we need to see you because you're short. And it's okay, own it. I don't know
Yeah.
why short people be complaining. Like, you're short. Own it. I'm short. I'm only 5'5". I promise you. I don't feel like I'm like a jolly green giant over here. I need
Mm.
help. I need you to reach that on that shelf for me because I can't reach it. It's okay. Accept
Well,
it. Love it. Own it.
what's going on with you? Um,
Girl, I don't know. I told you I didn't know what to talk about. I
you
really
always say
didn't.
that.
I
Hmm.
know I do always say that, but I always got something to talk about because something always happen that don't happen, and I got something to talk about.
About 6 or 7 things that happen. Now, which one you gonna choose from?
Girl, I don't know because I'm sure it's all probably going to come together like it always do in the end. But I'm gonna say this: have you ever been having a conversation with somebody and you're trying to tell them like, "Hey, let me tell you what happened," and then that person, instead of like listening to what you're telling them, they're like, oh, okay. And then they take it and they run with it. And then now they come back as if they were the one that told you the information that you told them.
Are you talking about people in my family? Are you talking about
Just
just
in
external
general.
people?
Just in
Oh yeah,
general. Like,
oh yeah. I do know a few people like that.
because that's what happened to me. Like
No.
yeah, girl. A little situation happened yesterday. You know about a little situation. We ain't gonna talk about that. But a little situation happened. So I'm having a conversation with someone to be like, oh, well, let me tell you what happened. So as I'm telling them yesterday what happened, they want to get to asking me all these questions. And I'm like, I only have the information that I am providing you. I don't have anything outside of what I am providing you. Stop asking me stuff that I don't have information for. I only have the information that I have provided you. I got off the phone with them today. I talked to them this morning.
Wait a minute. Now I got to be funny. So you got off the phone with them today. So you mean you was on the phone with them from yesterday all the way into
No,
today?
I got off the phone with them yesterday when I provided the information.
Okay.
I talked to them this morning
Okay.
and they gave me an update on said information that I provided to them yesterday.
Hmm.
Still asking me questions that I have no idea because, again, I don't know. I only know the information that was provided to me that I provided to you. Well, by lunchtime, they had done ran it down
Okay.
and was like, is this the person? Again, I don't know
Okay.
if
Yeah.
that's the person or
You
not
can't confirm.
because I can't confirm nor deny. I can only share what information was shared with me. So around 3 o'clock,
Mm.
Now they coming to me, bringing me the information as if they were the one that brought me the information to start with, and then gave me the whole rundown as to what done happened. I have to fill you in after the live as to
Right.
like what done happened, and I'm just like, so you really just gonna steal my thunder?
Mm-hmm.
So because I wasn't able to provide you with the information that you were asking, because again, I only had the information that I had, you then had to take it, run with it, do your own investigation, and now come back and drop gems to me as if you the one that brought me the information from the beginning.
Yes.
So you've had that to happen to you.
Yes, but not quite the extent that you do, obviously. Usually it just means when I'm in a conversation with someone, they just take it in and start saying it as if it was theirs. And then we might engage in a conversation again and they'll just spout it as if it was their idea. They were the creator of whatever it was that I told them. Yes, I'm like, okay, but I'm just like, whatever. You know, with the person that I'm thinking about, it doesn't bother me. Well, initially, it did, but it doesn't bother me anymore because I realized that for what we were talking about, we all do that. Not with your situation. Your situation is a little different. But what I'm talking about, we all do it because we gather information from different people. And then if we happen to engage in a conversation with them again, we're going to use all of that information that we've gathered, including what the person said. It just happens to be the same person. So when you start spouting that wisdom, it's like, oh, I forget that was your wisdom that I did not
Right.
added to and added to and added to. But people are so fickle.
They are, and this person, they don't really know, and they're not on social media right now, so they won't get this. But I'm just like, why are you trying to one up me?
So the
Why
question is, why do people try to one up you?
why they try to one up on, like, this reminds me of last Thursday when I went and had dinner with the birthday girl.
Oh, okay.
Now let's not
Um,
let's not share this clip on the other
mm,
platform.
mm.
Don't share this clip, okay?
Well, it might be shared.
I sure hope not. And if it is, oh well.
Okay, Sarah, Sarah.
Whatever will be, will be. The future is not ours to see.
Okay,
Que sera, sera. Uh,
Sarah.
yeah, so that person, they had a little wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
And I'm literally over here being like, oh, okay, well, your zipper is not just stuck, like it's split. And for those of you that has worn anything with a zipper, whether it's pants, dress, shirt, whatever, your zipper will get off track. Like your zipper will zip up, but then like it'll bust at the seam where it's like gathered or zipped up together. And that's what had taken place with this individual's dress. And so when we're leaving the restaurant, she's like, oh, can you like zip me up because I think my zipper is down. So I am telling her, oh no, your zipper is not down. Your zipper is split. Oh no, 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 no. It can't be. It just can't be split. It just can't be. You just don't know what you're doing. As someone who had a pair of black pants, I don't even know if I have them anymore, but my cousin sold and resold and resold and put them. They were my favorite pair of black pants. Okay, like when I say they should have been gone a long time ago, but she kept patching them because she knew I loved them. Okay, you know how you got that one or two piece of clothing that you just don't want to let go because
Yes.
you don't even have to break it in. When you put it on, it hits in all the right places.
Yes.
That's what these pair of pants were, okay? But the zipper, as we determined, like when a designer, whoever made it a zipper, the zipper wasn't long enough, which is why the zipper kept splitting. So again, as someone who knows the difference between a zipper being off track and a zipper splitting, don't be arguing with me. Well, needless to say, when she finally got home, she want to keep going on about this zipper. Because now she see it for herself. As if I had lied to her. Baby, why am I going to lie to you about your zipper being split? Like, what do I gain as a result of that? Absolutely not a thing. Okay? Not a thing. But Anyway, needless to say, I'm like, hey, take it to the seamstress. They can fix it for you. I'm sure it won't cost that much, whatever.
I'm
Oh, no,
cold.
I'm sure you are cold, just like August say, I'm ready to go home. I'm
I
kidding.
may have to. I may have to reach and try to grab. I'm cold. Oh, last week you couldn't see me. Now I'm cold. Okay, keep talking. I'm sorry.
Really? Are you telling me I don't went to Kmart and Walmart too long?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
But I'm
I love
cold too, though. I'm not so cold, but yeah, you don't go to Walmart, Kmart, and Big Lot. Can you bring it on home?
The bottom line is now you're having a realization that what I was trying to tell you from the beginning was what it was. And after we done moved on from the zipper, you want to keep revisiting a situation that you said was no longer anything to revisit. So that's all that I'm saying. I don't understand why people be trying to one up you. Why? It's nothing to one up me about. Just like with the situation with the other person, it's nothing to one up me. It's like now you feel like you the bigger person or you the big
Mm-hmm.
person on campus because
Mm-hmm.
now you got more insight than I do. Baby, it didn't happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing that we not, it didn't happen to you. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
happen to me either. Now you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be, are you putting a poncho on?
Huh?
Are you putting a poncho on?
Well, it's not the. Well, it's not the. It's one of the. It's a drape. It's not the punch up.
What is it? Okay. Tomato, it's all the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. But you can wear it as a
A
poncho.
poncho.
I mean, I told you I was cold. And it's just so nice that I can reach in there, and it was something that I could, that I could just kind of throw around me. I told you I got cold.
You know what? If people didn't know, they would think that this was planned, but it really wasn't.
Well, I got cold. I really got cold. Uh, and I could see the little. They still you can't see them, but I can still see them. I'm cold, but this is lamb's wool. It ought to do the trick.
Oh,
But I have on shorts too, huh?
is that the one that we got when we was in was it
Hmm.
Scotland?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Or was it Ireland? No, it was Scotland, right?
It's at Edinburgh,
Oh yeah, no,
so
that was Scotland.
that's Scotland. Hmm. Yeah, Edinburgh. But I got on shorts too, and I'm
Yeah.
drinking my smoothie. So
But that's why
shorts.
it's cold.
Well, I know, but it doesn't matter. I'm cold, and I don't have a. And I meant to grab a
Are you
Kleenex.
sniffling too?
Yes, I meant to grab a Kleenex, but I didn't grab one, and there's not one, beside me. And
Oh really? So you got everything but the Kleenex beside you.
yeah, it might be. My bag is in there. My
Hey
travel bag
Red.
is. Hey, Red. My travel bag is in there. I'm sure some Kleenexes. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but it might be some Kleenexes in there. If my nose starts running too much, I'll reach in there and see if I can. Oh, maybe I'll reach in there and see what I can do.
Yeah. So my question is like, yes, with those two different scenarios, why do people feel like they have that need to one up you?
But what's the commonality between those two people? I think I know both of those people. One is male and female. So the commonality is a desire to be right.
Right.
And the thing is, you're trying to be right, and you're only trying to be right for yourself because the other person doesn't care.
Pretty much.
And you see, that's the thing that we don't understand in life. We are so hung up on our own, we're fixated on what we want, thinking that it's going to impact somebody else, and
Mhm.
it's not. And I'm going to see if I can weed this and not go to Walmart or Kmart. But I was in the kitchen, probably washing dishes a couple of hours ago, and I was thinking about somebody that we know, well, several people, but I was thinking, and I could imagine myself saying to the person that's a male, I think this person is missing their gift. Now, you're going to figure it out in just a moment. I think you'll figure it out
Okay.
who I'm talking about. Because sometimes we want what other people have,
Right.
thinking that that's our gift. And the God dropped this on me. because I wasn't thinking about this person, and so he drops things on me. And I was thinking about what someone has said to me about them. They said, well, then people must see something if they're trying to take this person's, not ideas, but if they're trying, well, basically, I do mean ideas.
Yeah.
If they're trying to take this person's ideas. But as I was maybe washing my pitcher for the blender,
Because you was over there
and
by the water.
I was about that water. And
Mm-hmm.
because I was definitely washing dishes. And then it was like, oh, I was rinsing my glass because I was combining glasses so that I could have something to drink. But I thought, is it that she has, it's just like what you're saying, why do people want to one up you?
Right.
It's almost like they're in a contest with you. Is it that
Okay.
she feels in order to be seen and heard, she has to do exactly what other people do?
Yes.
And that is not the case. Your gift is for you. You have to understand how to apply the talents that have been given to you. Because you know this person, because we talked about them very recent. And you talked about them last night. And you said, oh, they're going to be blah, 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 blah. You know who I'm talking about?
Girl, I say so much, I barely can
I
remember
know
what I,
you do
what I
be
said
voice
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. But you know this person, the OnJerya, and you said
Okay.
let me try to clue you because you don't know who I'm talking about, right?
Not at this moment now.
Okay, you need to know because I think if you know who I'm talking about, you'll see it. You said, it seems like so and so is not doing a good job, but it's got to be because of blah, blah, blah. You didn't say it quite like that. That's the only way I can kind of say it. That there has to be a reason. And I said, is that the third or the fourth time that this has happened? And it's like, there has to be a reason why this is happening. Can you see me tonight? Because I don't know, because we never know if she
Sorry,
likes to see me.
girl, I done started doing the mannequin challenge because I'm like, I'm trying to find it. Like,
Okay. I don't know if you can see me or not. Because I'm trying to look into your eyes so that you can get it.
no, don't
Um,
do that. Don't
okay.
gaze into the eyes, because girl, I really will be looking in your. So that's why I'm all in the camera.
Well, I'm gonna be looking into your soul, so we'll be looking to each other's soul. Work with me, OnJerya.
Okay.
There is a there. You know the you had observed something as it relates to this person,
Mm-hmm.
and you had pointed out to me the hiccups that had been occurring,
Mm-hmm.
and I said it happened again,
Mm.
and you said yes. And you may have said that on Sunday. You said yes, and then I went and I observed, and yes, it had happened again.
Mm.
Jay, don't make it difficult.
Girl, I promise you, I'm over here like,
Anyway,
okay.
the bottom line is that the person doesn't even know who they are. Does that help you? They don't even know who
Girl, that's
they
a
are.
lot of people.
I know. They don't know who they are. So what they're doing is they're following somebody else's script. Everybody cannot be Diana.
Right.
Somebody's got to be the Supremes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody cannot be Lime. I just got to listen to something on IG. Everybody cannot be Lionel. Somebody is going to have to be a part of the Commodores. And the reason that I'm saying all this is since you can't figure out who I'm referring to, who I was thinking about, who no, I won't thinking about, they popped in my brain. When it popped in my brain, I thought, oh my God, they don't understand what their gift is because they are an ideal person. There are lots of people who don't have ideas. There are people who are there are ideal people and there are people who can execute. I can execute basically anything because I was groomed to be an executor.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up with a woman who is an idea person. Miss Gloria is an idea like this. and she's an executor. So
Yeah.
she groomed me to do all of that. She groomed me to be able to think, and she groomed me to be able to execute. And this person that I'm referring to, I don't know if you got it now.
Were you
They got
sending
great.
something to them?
So what now?
Were you sending something to them?
No, I haven't said anything to them recently.
I was. Mhm.
This person, they have lots of ideas,
Okay.
but they don't know how to execute.
Hey,
And they
Lala.
depend, hey Lala, they depend on other people to help them execute. And when you depend on somebody else to help you execute, you have to know what you're going for. Because if not, they provide something. But
Right.
if you're not able to understand whether it's right or wrong, then you just go along with it.
True.
And as a result, that can hurt your brand. Do you know who I'm talking about now? If you don't, I'm gonna get you when we get off of here.
You
That
probably
I'm
have to
gonna
get
get
me.
you. I'm gonna get you. You talk about they gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. But it was but when they crossed my mind because I was at the water, I was like, oh my God, that's it. And what they're trying to do is do what other people are doing, and they don't understand where their gift lies. Their gift lies in creating ideas. So in other words, if I were this person, which I am in a way, but I got so many other things I do. But if I were this person, I would position myself as a troubleshooter. I'm saying troubleshooter. She's not a troubleshooter.
Okay.
She's not a trouble. She's an ideal person. And
Okay.
understand in life, on a job, you got all these different types of people that come to the table. You got people who can troubleshoot. You
Yep.
got people who can walk in, read a situation, diagnose where the gaps are. You got people who can hear what the plan, what the mission is for the
Right.
organization, the vision, and then they can just come up with all these different programs and all these different things that you can do that then substantiates and brings that mission and vision to life.
Sure.
She can sort of be that person. Not exactly, because she thinks she has ideas,
Okay.
but she's not strong at implementing them.
Okay.
You ought to know who I'm talking about now.
I think I kind of know who we talk about now.
And when it came to me, I said, "Oh God, I wish I could tell her." Because
I don't
she's
even know you
going
talk about.
down the wrong path. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? She's going down the wrong path because she's doing what other people do in her circle or the circle that she wants to be in, but that's not her gift. And he says, the Bible says your gift will make room for you.
Right.
That's her gift. Because somebody else said to me, well, they have to see something in her. That's what they see. They see that she can come up with an idea to do this, to do that. She can't execute it now.
Right.
She's not an executor, but she can come up with an idea like that. That is a strength. But going back to your question, why do I have to take it and make it mine? If I believe that my self-esteem, my street creds, my whatever is tied to being able to out-talk, outsell, outposition myself against somebody else, then that's the reason I got to do that. Why can't you just hear the information? And if you get some additional information, come back and say, this is what I heard. Let me tell you what I've heard. I don't know if
Right.
you heard this, but no, I got to be the big man. I got to be the big man. I got to be the big woman. No, my zipper is not broke. Whatever, baby. I'm
Okay.
looking at it. If it makes you feel good to say it's not, well, goody goody gumdrop, as you used to say when I was a little girl. But you told me that was Miss Laurie that used to say that.
Definitely
Well,
liar.
goody goody gumdrop. I didn't know where that came from until about 6 months ago. I thought it was just you said that. Well, goody goody gumdrop, like Miss Laurie used to say, because it's not hurting Miss Laurie. As
No.
she said, she got hers, you got yours again. Miss Laurie's appropriate tonight. It's not hurting her. It's hurting the person whose zipper is busted. And
But
now that you see it's busted, now it's like, oh, It's my idea. I realized my zipper was busted. Well, I told you that. But you see, people like that, TD Jakes that says you don't argue with the roach. You don't argue with people like that. Because he said in another sermon, if there's nothing to be gained, he probably said in that same sermon, if there's nothing to be gained, there's nothing to be argued over. And that takes emotional intelligence. Because remember, a lot of crap is coming at you. But if you ain't gonna gain nothing, let it go. He said that too, let it go. We'd see Frozen too. Let it go, let it go, let it go. So when you talk about these, there's two different examples of it. Nothing. Because again, we have to be secure enough in who we are that if things are not going good from day to day or it's up and down, that's life, it's up and down every day. That's just a part of life. And it looks like this person has got it going on. Well, they ain't got it going on either, baby. Because they going up and down too. You only see what you see. So if you got to now exert yourself to make yourself feel like you all that on a bag of chips, well, go on. But you ain't doing nothing. You only exerting, really what you're doing is you're further undermining yourself. Now, how is that, Todd? Because I'm not focused on what I really need to be focused on that can really help me, not even for careers or money or whatever relationship, but just help me as a regular old person. Because if I could ever take care of that little need, then all this other stuff would not hit me the way that it does. As you would say, little so-and-so, we can say little so-and-so with that other person too, because you haven't taken care of that. You got to heal first, because until you can heal, all this other stuff is just window dressing and it doesn't get you anywhere. And then the other thing is, and Jade, I'm gonna throw it back to you, but this is important. When I'm chasing, is it the dog or the cat? This dog is whoever's chasing their tail. When I'm chasing my tail, I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna have to be woman or man enough and admit it because I did it. I don't care who knocked me over, who gave me something while I was chasing my tail. I'm chasing my tail. So it's still my fault. Why am I doing that? Because I don't have the emotional intelligence or the confidence or the willingness to just admit I'm wrong. Because once I dig my feet in the sand, it's hard for people to make a change. Michael said, you got to make the change. And then you start with the man in the mirror, man or woman in the mirror. And it's hard to do that. But you see, and I'm not going to do all the call tonight, but you see, if I go back to the scriptures, which, I'm not a scripture quote person, but if I go back to the lessons in the Bible, the only way that you got something was you had to have a metamorphosis. I love that word. I got that word when I was a little girl from The Incredible Hulk, because Bill Bixby, he went through a metamorphosis. And then, of course, I use transformation. Look at God. Because I love that word, metamorphosis, because you go through a change. And my platform is built on transformation, which is that change. But when you look at the people in the Bible, they went through a change.
They did.
Saul became Paul. Moses, I can't talk, I got to study. He got it together. You look at Abraham and Sarah, Abraham and then Sarah. In order to be, we were taught, in order to be born again, you're going through some type of metamorphosis. You're going through a change. Right. So if we've had this for all these centuries, why did we get to 2025 in the 21st century and think that we don't have to change and think it's always going to go our way and that we are everything? I'm everything. I'm Cinderella all day, every day. I am Bathsheba. I am beauty. I am Aphrodite. I'm everything. Why do we think that that's true? It's not. And we buy it, and then we have already psyched ourselves out. And then we want to blame somebody else because that's going to be the next thing. I don't know why you didn't tell me my zipper was busted. I did, but you told me I was wrong, and I was looking at it. Okay?
Right.
And now you still fixate on it. Well, I don't know why you didn't tell me about what happened. I did, but then you took it and you made it as if you were telling me.
Right.
So was I supposed to keep arguing with you about that? TDJ said, don't argue with Roach.
Yes.
Now you call them people rough. No, but if you ain't gonna get nothing out of it, why am I gonna just let you talk? And which infuriates people, and I get
Of
that. It
course.
infuriates people, but you gotta understand when you're in these situations. Let's say you're the person that's spouting stuff and nobody's biting. You're gonna have to check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're looking for something external that you already have internal. Go back and watch the shows about the Wizard of Oz that we did on the Wiz. It's already there. So you don't have to make somebody else feel less than because you already got it. But
Right.
because you don't know that you got it, such and such, that I got the revelation on, because I'm a prophetess at the water. I wasn't a woman at the well. I was a woman at the sink. It was like, that's her gift. But if I were to tell her that's her gift, she would just blow it off because it doesn't look glamorous. But that gift will make her some money. It'll make her some money. But she has to grow it because
Right.
she has to be able to interact with all different types of people. But that's her gift. So you already had it, but I'm on the yellow brick road and I'm knocking over people's stuff and making them feel bad as I'm trying to figure out where is it at? Which cartridge? Where did he go? Which way did he go? Well, he right here in front of you. You it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't understand. You it. But you don't have to be it and make somebody else feel less than. But again, Anjay, I think it goes back to self-esteem. I think it goes back to motivation because I'm only motivated sometimes when I can best you. So my
Mm-hmm.
motivation is external. Well, baby, you're gonna be bless your soul. But they said, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Yes.
Bless
Yes.
me."
I think about the song. Oh Lord, it was playing in my head while you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is it? Just a little. Is it just a little talk or just a little walk with Jesus makes it right? Um,
That song you've been talking about all weekend.
no, girl, that would leave it there. That would leave it there.
That's another.
That
Okay,
that would leave it there. That's a whole
okay,
different.
okay. Leave it
But
at.
I'm probably gonna talk about leave it there too, because you can take your burdens to the Lord and leave it there too. I mean, because the bottom line is you're searching for something, which is the whole
Mm-hmm.
reason why you're trying to one up the next person,
Yep.
regardless of
Mm-hmm.
what the one up is. Okay, well, at work, I get recognized, I get called on,
Yep.
I get the excellence awards. I'm the one that gets promotion. I'm the one that gets a shout out. I'm the one that gets the kudos. I got a problem with it. That you are that person, and that is not me. What's wrong with me? I don't know what is wrong with you because anything you can do, I can do better. So why are you boxing yourself and into comparing yourself with someone else when you really should just really be having that conversation with self, God, whoever it is that you believe in, to be like, what is it that you would have me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because my gift is not your gift.
No.
My walk is not your walk.
Nope.
My talk is not your talk.
Mm.
And I'm
Nope.
okay with that. So I'm not going to spend time trying to one up you to make you feel bad, to make me feel good. Again, that's that inner work. That's that inner child that we don't want to deal with. But you have to deal with it. You have to talk to little O sometime. I talk to her all the time and be like, girl, you're doing a good job. I promise you're doing a good job. And then I have the moments of like, oh my God, I don't think I'm doing enough. I just feel like I'm feeling miserable at life. Like I could have been further along. If I had been playing games, I could have been further along. And then I take that moment to be like, no, you're exactly where you are supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be because it's just like what we're like the globe, the earth is on this axis. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not get all scientific because I don't know the scientific data, but we're turning.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, supposedly in orbit, we moving like this.
Mm-hmm.
But because of gravity, we're moving
Uh-huh.
like that, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Understanding that the things that I desire may not necessarily be the things that are meant for me. It doesn't mean that it's never meant for me, but maybe at this moment, it's not meant for me. Maybe I'm not in a place where I would receive it and I would appreciate it and I would really love it and treat it with care. Because all I know is that if someone gave me $1 million and I don't know how to manage my money, baby, I'm going to be broke tomorrow.
Yes, go.
It's going to be gone. And they're going to be like, girl, you won the lottery. You got $1 million. And you ain't got nothing to show for it. Why? Because I didn't learn the proper management tools of managing my money. All I know is I see it, I want it, I buy it, I got it, now I'm broke. But if I had did the homework, if I had did the legwork, if I had took the time to see what it was that I was supposed to learn, i.e., got down on my knees and had a little conversation, hush, had a little conversation.
So you're going from see what that woman meant to me. Now you're gonna get down on your knees, huh?
Yeah, and had a
Okay.
little conversation
Uh,
to be like, what is it that you would have me to do? Guide me, lead me on the way. Lord, what's that song? Lord, if you lead,
Lord,
what is it?
if you lead me, I will not stray.
Right. That's all it takes. Because everything that glitter is not gold. Stop wanting what somebody else has and start searching for inside, within, to determine what it is that you would have me to have. What is the path? Like, I got up this morning and I said, Lord, now, we all should be doing some form of affirmation. If you don't, please start ASAP. Because we spend so much time pouring into other people, but we don't pour into ourselves. And as I was sitting here working, I was like, you know what? You keep pouring in to broken cups.
Mm-hmm. Preach, black gal, preach.
You keep pouring into broken cups, sis. So that's why you're like, I keep pouring into them and they keep growing, but they really not growing to the magnitude that they could be growing. Why is that? And he said, oh, you know why that is? Because there's a leak
Come on,
in this building.
come on.
And as long as you keep pouring into it, it's not going to sustain anything. That's the
Yeah.
reason why you're tired. That's the reason why you're drained and you're exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Because, see, the person and the people that you're pouring into, they don't even realize that there's a hole. So that means that, prime example, right here, this bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of water in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, say there was a little hole right here at
Yes.
the bottom.
Come on.
And here I am with this other bottle of water. Now, let me see if it's going to
Mm-hmm.
look. Let me see, because, we love, we school teachers up in here.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
very, okay, Lord, let me pour it right. Don't make a mess. Okay. So I'm pouring, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pouring. This is me. This is us. This is all of us. We pour. Pouring into the
Mm-hmm.
bottle.
Yep.
But remember, there's a hole down here.
Yes. It's a slow leak, like a tire. It's
And,
a slow leak.
and it's a slow leak.
Come on.
But I keep pouring, but it keeps leaking.
Come on.
I keep pouring, but it keeps leaking.
Yes.
And eventually, after I keep pouring and pouring and pouring, the bottle is going to be empty.
Come on.
And their bottle's going to be full. But because of the leak
It's not a
that's at
slow
the
leak.
bottom, it's going to continue to slow leak.
Come on.
So therefore, like I said, they don't even know that
Mm-hmm.
because of the connection that they have to you is the
Mm-hmm.
reason why they're continuing to elevate.
Well.
But because no one is taking their slow leak and
Mm-hmm.
now pouring it back into you, which has no leak,
Mm-hmm.
you're not whole. You're the one that's tired. You're the one that's exhausted. You're the one that, Lord, I help people. It seems like the people I help are getting far in life. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm stuck. I'm stagnant. But you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to help each other. But somehow, the people I'm helping, they moving on slowly but surely. Cause remember, you're pouring. It's a little slow leak, but they still moving. But you're running out of steam. So at what point in time are you going to take a step back, reevaluate? Because, we talked about the importance of, self-regulating, self-evaluation, all of that. When are you going to take that time to step back and focus on you? We talk about that on this platform. You talk about it on all of your shows, that before you can take care of somebody else, you must take care of you. I can't keep pouring into you. And that energy is not being reciprocated back. Because now it's like a leech that's on you and it's sucking all the blood. Well, if you don't have an IV or whatever that's like replenishing that blood, eventually what's going to happen to you?
I'm gonna die.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Because these people will suck the life. They will suck the soul. They will suck the energy. They're going to suck you, just suck you dry. And you really have no one to blame but yourself, because we see it, we know it. And it's like, I saw this, I believe it was a TikTok or either it was a reel, where it's like, why do we keep surrounding ourselves with, I said, Lord, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Okay. Why do we keep surrounding ourselves around people that we know are not adding value?
Well, OnJerya, can I interrupt to say this? I'm going to say two things, and I'll give it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that they say? Delayed but not denied.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were speaking, because this person is in my brain, because you know me, if I thought about them, it's not by happenstance, because they're not somebody. I don't really. This is gonna sound really bad, but I don't sit around thinking about people. People,
Not
I
at
just
all.
don't. Hi, Carrie, Sunday. Thank you for joining us. I don't sit around thinking about people. So and I've been having some dreams, because I'm a dreamer. I had another one last night. I've been having dreams lately, but whenever somebody crosses my mind, but I did not get the indication I need to reach out to this person. I just
Okay.
got information on the person. But, you know, when you were talking, what came to me was the delayed but not denied. Because this person is in a genre that's not their genre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know who I'm talking about yet. It's not their genre. But they have leaped
Right.
and jumped into something that's not their genre
Right.
because they want to follow the crowd. They want to be like Mike. Everybody want to be like Mike. So
Yeah.
now a TP. Everybody want to be like somebody else. You have now jumped into an arena that's not your arena. And because you were denied, you were denied, what is it? You were delayed. You weren't denied. You were delayed. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have decided, now you have become Sarah,
Right.
and you have decided that you're going to get in bed with something that's not for you.
Right.
Because Sarah took that woman that was her maid, put her in that man's bed, her married bed, and got that woman pregnant. And then that woman wanted to put her out of her own house. You need to read the Bible. So good. Ooh, I miss reality TV. So you have now jumped over here in an arena that's not yours because you had to have something
Right.
immediately to satisfy you, to pacify you. Okay. So they were being delayed. They were not being denied. Now, I hope they see this, but they won't know I'm talking about them. But I need them to hear this. You were delayed, you weren't denied. But now that you've gone into this other arena, you're only delaying yourself more
Yeah.
because it may be great, but it's not your arena. See, it's not your field that you're supposed to be in. You're not gonna meet your Boaz there. You're in the wrong field.
Uh-uh.
Now, let me flip that. You're in the wrong field. Anytime, I posted this morning. So I just think it's so interesting when God does things like this. I posted this morning, Jamal, on so everybody that's on, if you haven't seen it, go to my page. This morning I posted Jamal Bryant a snippet of a sermon. And what I wrote was something about reciprocity.
Yeah.
Because if you're always giving and
Yeah.
giving and giving, don't you deserve somebody to give to you sometime? So when
Mm-hmm.
you start talking about pouring, and that's what I'm like, oh yeah, it's a slow leak.
Uh-huh.
And they are elevating. But you keep pouring in them, and because it's just a slowly, they elevating. But you are like a balloon that's becoming deflated
Yeah.
because nobody's blowing any air into you.
Mhm. Right.
So, well, you looking tired. Well, I know I look tired. I don't need nobody to tell me that you look sluggish. Well, yeah, I know, because see, I don't have anybody pouring into me. I am the cheerleader for everybody. And then if I ask somebody to help me, oh my God, you always so strong. You always encourage me,
Right.
but you don't think the encouraging needs encouragement? That's selfish. That's a selfish mindset because that means you're never thinking about anyone but yourself,
But
which means you may be elevating, but you're not going to be able to maintain it
no.
because you didn't dig deep. You planted your house on rocky soil or
Mm-hmm.
on sand,
I'm
and it will
saying.
fall on the sand. It's going to fall because you didn't dig deep. You don't have a foundation. You are only elevating when somebody can pour into you. Can you do it when you got to pour into yourself? And as I
No.
talk to my students sometimes, and I tell them I want them to be able to do this in the middle of the night when they're working on their project because it's important. Because you cannot always reach out and touch somebody's hand and make the world a better place. You cannot. I mean, they're just not available. And even if they're available, they may not be in the headspace or the
Right.
emotional heart space to give you what you need. Then you're going to feel some kind of way. But you got to be able to motivate yourself. And it has to have nothing to do with other people.
No.
You know, but again, like I said, I just thought it was very interesting that you were bringing that up because that's what I posted. And when I heard it this morning, or when I went to my catalog to find something that would resonate with me this morning, I'm like, yeah, because we give and we give and we give. And at some point, you've got to learn when to give and how
Yep.
much to give. And that's just about taking care of you because, again, they got a slow leak. You don't have a slow leak, but
No.
that's a 20-ounce bottle that you had. When my 20 ounces is up, and think about if that 20 ounce had to last me for 7 days before I got any more water,
Mm-hmm.
I better be sipping. I better be pouring out just a little bit to somebody because I don't have enough reserve to get me through my 7 days.
Right.
And that's what we got people walking around. They don't have any reserve. They all out. They all out. They don't have anything else to give, but they're still trying to. They stumbling, trying to still give to other people, not realizing they're depleted. They have nothing more.
I agree. And it goes with that saying of, check on your strong friends.
Better, better.
Check on your strong friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I put myself in there like, because I am that strong friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm preaching to the choir. I mean, in that analogy, I promise you, that was not planned. That was not scripted. That literally just dropped on me while I was sitting here because I had my 2 bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, check on your strong friends. We're not okay. I don't care if I put this mask on that we done talked about, and I'm out here and I'm baby. On the inside, I'm just like, Lord, I'm just trying to get through. I'm looking at the clock. Lord, I'm just trying to get through so I can get off. And then I can, right? Because it gets hard out here sometimes. Sometimes it gets a little lonely on your island when
Yes.
you now have to step back and establish boundaries. And it's funny because, you know, I was saying to you last night how on the other platform, how I was like, woo, buddy, we done came a long way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how long we been doing this? About 2 years? You said, girl, it's only been like a year. Like
Mm-hmm.
just a little over a
Yeah.
year. Cause we
Yeah.
went on hiatus for a little bit. It's only been
Yeah.
over a year. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like we've been doing this forever. And I guess as you would say, we have. We just were doing it behind the scenes with our daily conversation. And now we're bringing it to the forefront. But just looking at some of those previous shows, and the one that caught my eye was talking about boundaries. How, like, we grew up not really having boundaries. Like, not being able to say no. Okay? Like, even if you didn't want to do it,
Good.
You had to do it because you felt bad. You felt guilty. You felt, oh my Lord, I'm
Mhm.
letting somebody down if I say no. No is my favorite word now. No,
Complete
I
trust.
cannot help you. No, I'm so sorry that you're going through what you're going through. No, I can't send you $5. I don't care if you're going to give it right back to me. I cannot help you. I can't. Why? Because see, I done sacrificed enough $5
Well,
down through the years,
yes.
down through the days, down through the weeks, the months,
Well,
where I took the hit. So you can have your $5 and you didn't pour back into me to my $5. And
well,
that $5 grew from $5 to now $300. Okay, every time
yes,
I turn around, you need $5. I'm gonna
yes.
get back to you when. Put some action with it. Don't talk about it. Let's be about it. Put some action with it. So boundaries are really important. Understanding that what is for you is for you. What is for somebody else, it's for them. Don't go chasing waterfalls. You know, I say that all the time about that middle sister. Maybe this is what I'm getting ready to say it to her. Since, hey Jesus Black man, since I can't have that conversation with her in person, stop chasing waterfalls. Stop going after what everybody else has. Worry about what is for you and not what is for somebody else. If it was for you, it would be you. Duh. So obviously it's not for you. So stop running behind. It goes back to my best friend's wedding. We just talked about that. I'm gonna have to watch that again. He is chasing her. You is chasing him. But who is chasing you?
So from you. Nobody.
Nobody. So why are you continuing to put yourself in situations where you are not being taken care of, but you're gonna make sure everybody else eat? Just like when we was talking to our nephew.
Yeah. Yep.
Help a Lord. Just like when we was talking to our nephew, what he say? Now,
We're gonna make
we
you
gonna
eat.
make sure they eat now. Now,
It'll
cause we
eat.
gonna make sure you eat.
Yep.
Now, anything outside of that, that's on you. Cause if you knew you came down here and didn't have no money,
That's on
you
you.
should stay at home.
That's it.
Okay. But we never gonna turn anybody down, not, we're not never gonna feed anybody, right? We're gonna make sure you eat. But any other extracurricular activities outside of that, young. And if you knew that you didn't have it, you should have stayed home. And that's basically what it is. Stop trying to one up the next person, regardless of what the circumstances are, regardless of what they tell you, what they share with you. Stop trying to one up them. Let them have a moment. What's the song? Is it Mary Mary? I don't know who it is. It's my time to shine. I don't know. I can hear the song, but I don't know who the artist is right now.
I know he does. It's
Yeah,
your
like it's
time.
right. It's my time. Everybody's gonna have their moment. Let me have mine and stop trying to one up me at this moment. When it's your turn to shine, I promise you, I'm gonna be there rooting for you. I'm gonna be hand clapping, applauding you, shouting, screaming, cheering you on. But for 2 seconds, let me have my moment.
Well, and that's the reason I say with the person that it was dropped on me when I was at the water. Um, and the delayed, not denied.
Mm,
They are delaying their real blessing
absolutely.
because they want to shine. And the thing that we have to understand, you can't shine until you're invited to the stage. You haven't been invited to the
You
stage
ain't been
because
invited.
you don't know your role. But if
Can
you
nobody
ever
come to see
learn
you,
your
Otis?
role, I'm so sick of you, that Otis. Until you learn your role, you can't shine. You cannot shine in somebody else's shoes, and that's
Thank
the thing that
you.
people have to understand. But I believe that I can do it too. Well, yeah, yeah, you can, but you can, but you can't do that
Right.
because you weren't created to do that. You can
Right.
do it, but it's going to be different. It's like I said to you last evening. I think that I have come a long ways as an interviewer
Mm-hmm.
because I had no formal training. So I have learned everything that I do on the job. Everything is on the job for me because when I was at Carolina, they had a degree in radio, television, in I think motion picture. Well, I didn't. That was not my major. So everything that I have learned, I've learned it on the job. So the more I do it, the better my skills become.
Right.
And I can see that. And as my mentor would say to me, well, do you ever give yourself a pat on the back? I'm giving myself a pat on the back for this one, Cyrus, because I realize it, because I can tell it. Now, how can I tell it? I can't explain it, but I can see the progression. So I bring that up as an example. That's for me. My
Right.
style is going to be different from other people's style. Hi, Angela. Thank you for joining. My style is going to be different because Angela's known me a while. It's different. And she probably can attest to, yeah, you change. You're growing. It's an evolution because it is. So whatever your talent is, nurture that one. Don't put it
Yeah,
in the ground chasing somebody else's because that's basically what we're talking about.
it is.
You know, you're burying yours because you want what somebody else has. Dorothy, you got it. You got what you're supposed to have. Tin Man, Skip, you got what you're supposed
Got
to
it.
have, but you don't see it because you're chasing after other people's stuff. Let them have their stuff. And like with this person, you know, they may prove me wrong. But I mean, and if they do, great. But I think I don't have it all yet, but I think they're in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
And and if they could ever understand that, I don't have to be like Angela. Angela does a lot of lies. I'm not like Angela. Angela has her skill set, you know, and the way that she does things, and she's interviewing people, and yeah, she's doing this basically just about every day. She's got her following. Her audience loves her,
Right.
and rightfully so. But it doesn't mean that someone else can't have their own way of doing things. Have an audience that loves them and that supports them for what they bring to them. But if I'm looking at how other people do it and I want to do what they're doing and you use the same genre or the same format, well, that may not work for me.
No.
But that's my fault if I keep doing that. Because again, as you used to say years ago, the definition of insanity is what?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
And also, as I would say now, if you don't get the results that you want, you got to then look at yourself.
Right.
It's a man and woman in the mirror because the commonality is you, baby.
You.
It's you. It's
Yeah.
not these other people. And the fact that we want to make other people feel bad because they do things a certain way, or you don't like the way the person, you don't like their demeanor, you don't like the way they speak, all these different things that you don't like this. Mhm. Really, what you're saying to me is you don't like yourself.
Pretty much.
Because I'm sorry,
Pretty
I'm
much.
not going to give somebody that much control over me.
No, ma'am.
I mean, because that's what you're doing. Because I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like. But why are you still interacting with them? I don't like that. Well, I stopped interacting. That's good. Well, why are you still talking about it? I don't like it. I didn't.
Right.
Because you don't want to concentrate on you. You are deflecting. Instead of looking at you and examining who you are and what your issues are and then taking care of those, you want to keep putting it on somebody else. That they're the reason why XYZ. No, you're the
No,
reason why.
it's you.
It's you, baby. And I just don't. I'm hearing a song in my head. It's you, baby. It's you. It's you. And I know it's not easy. And I get it. But like I said, as I give it back to you, OnJerya, I've been dealing with metamorphosis since I was probably 5 or 6,
Yeah.
and not 5 or 6. That was well, that's true. I have, but I meant fifth or sixth grade because also, I took piano lessons. You don't play, but one of the songs that I did learn to play was the theme for The Incredible Hulk, the show,
Oh.
because and then Young and the Restless because I like the naughtiest. I think it's the naughtiest thing. I like that music, but again, the Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible, it always resonated with me, even though I am on DC and Marvel Pearl too. But the Metamorphosis. And because of my life experiences, I was always looking at how do I change? How do I become a better version of myself? I'm not going to let generational curses prevent me from being who I'm supposed to
Right.
be. And I'm going to throw this back to you, Angie. I had a thought as I was posting the clip today. And, I want you to follow this because I'm not going to say it as clearly as I need to, but you should be able to get it. Do you know I am the only person that the generational curse is not on?
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I never thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it until I was posting today, and I'm posting different things on all the different platforms, and I thought, well, that didn't happen to you.
Mm-mm.
Because you have none. So it's not like you had them out of wedlock. You
Right.
have none. And I never thought about it until today. It's amazing how, and this goes back to the person that I'm talking about, how we get the knowledge that we need when we're ready to handle it.
Right.
You see, before I wasn't in a mind space or emotionally able to handle it because I had no choice. But by me not having a choice, it broke it
Mm-hmm.
because it never happened. So therefore, once the choice was taken, that was it. And I never thought about it until today that I broke it. And
Mm-hmm.
I say that to say that we can break these generational curses. We can break any cycle that we want to break. I can break being a negative person.
Absolutely.
Let's bring it down to that. I can break being a negative person if I want to break it. I can break always having to ask somebody for $5 if I want to.
Okay.
I can break always challenging somebody about a zipper if I want to, because it's not the zipper.
Mm-mm.
It's not the zipper that's driving that. It's something else driving it. And I can stop it if I choose to stop it. And it's not going to be easy, but you can stop it though.
But it goes back to the whole conversation we've had. And as you would say, I wrote about, or you wrote about, I should say, about free will. You know, I think about when Daddy would talk about church hopper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like these people, they join a church, they attend the church,
Mm-hmm.
then they join the church, and
Mm-hmm.
then they leave that church, and then
Yep.
they go to another church, and it's like rinse, wash, and repeat. And then
Mm-hmm.
after a while, you have to start like evaluating the situation to be like, okay, why is this happening to me? Like, why is it that when I go to this church, this is happening? Okay, I leave them. Now I go to that church. Okay, the same thing's happening. Okay, I go to the next church. The same thing is happening. As you said, what is the common denominator? You.
It's me.
So that means something wrong with you. You.
Mm-hmm.
You on the inside. That's coming on the outside. That people see
Mm-hmm.
on the inside. Whatever it is, it's you. You are the problem. So stop trying to one up the next person. Worry about what is for you. Sweep around your own doorstep. Don't sweep around somebody else's doorstep. Be supportive, be loving, be caring, be the cheerleader for the next person. Self reflect. I do that all the time. I probably be tired of talking to myself. I know Steph, and Steph can talk back for real, be like, Jay, stop talking to me.
Yep.
But I am my toughest critic because
Mm-hmm.
no one, as I've said before, should be able to come and tell me about me
Yeah.
that I already don't know about me. I'm not even going to give you that opportunity because I already know me. My manager, she be on me and she's like, can you stop being hard on yourself? And I tell her, I'm going to try, but I'm not going to make no promises because I know I'm not. Because for me, it doesn't matter if someone's like, you're doing a good job unless I feel it, I believe it in my heart, in my
Mm-hmm.
soul, in my mind. Thank you. It doesn't mean anything, but I thank you for it though. And worry about you. Don't worry about the other people. It's okay if it seems like it's taking you a minute to get to wherever it is you thought that you would have been at by now. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, now that you're older, you're wiser, you're mature, when it happens, you'll be able to appreciate it more. Whereas if it would have happened 5 years ago, You wouldn't appreciate it. You wouldn't even know what to probably have to do with it because you wasn't in the place of receiving it. I have this conversation all the time with my cousin. I know we're going to wrap this up. She be like, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. Everybody else is in a relationship. When am I going to find a man? I said, first of all, are you in a position to be in a relationship? And she's like, there you go. There you go, cuz. There you go. I always got to go deep. Got to go deep. Yeah, I was going to go deep. I'm a Scorpio. That's all we do is go deep. I can't help that y'all don't want to have these deep, thought-provoking conversations. That's probably why some of you still in them same boats going around in circles out there in that water trying to get in. And we trying to, come on, baby, but you just spinning around a circle out there. Stop paddling in circles. Stop paddling. Calm down. Calm down, Gloria.
Calm down.
Calm down, Gloria. Oh, Lord, that's funny yesterday. Calm down, Gloria.
Yeah.
Breathe. Hyperventilating on the phone with me. Calm down.
Yeah.
Breathe. Have you worked on you? You want this relationship. You want this Boaz. You want someone that's going to take care of you. Are you taking care of you? Are you respecting you?
Nope.
Are you showing up for you?
Nope.
So if you can't even do the bare minimum for self, how are you going to be expecting somebody else to do bare minimum for you?
You
They're
shouldn't.
not. They're not. So stop deflecting. Stop trying to one up. Focus on things that you can do and
Mhm.
things that you should be doing and worried about, not what somebody else is doing. If someone in your circle is winning, it's a win for us all. Don't look at it as, well, there they go, they elevating and who do they think they, no, 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 no. We're all winning because if we genuinely are loyal and we rock with each other, you should know that when I move up, I'm definitely going to look back and reach out my hand and I'm going to bring you with me. If you real and you genuine. Now, otherwise, if you're not, yeah, I can see why you may want to have some words because, that person is selfish, which is what we should not be. And they're only focused on themselves, which is what we should not be. Because, yes, I need to take time and focus on me, but I also need to make sure that it's balanced. Where I can be selfish with me, and then sometimes I can be selfless with me. And that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
It is. Well, OnJerya, I tell you, this has been a rich discussion that just started from why do people take what you said and
Yeah.
make it their own or attempt to make it their own. And, we have dissected and could continue to dissect because, again, there's so many reasons. But ultimately, I think, as you said, we have really got to have conversations with self, those
Mm-hmm.
honest conversations, which are very hard to have, and when you're wrong, you're wrong.
That's it.
David was wrong to Bathsheba, and I'm going to the Bible so y'all can understand a little bit better so you won't say I'm throwing stone. That man was wrong taking, King David was wrong taking that man's wife, but he wanted her, and so he had her.
That's
And then
it.
he sent her husband to the front of the army, the front of the line, so he could be killed. Because he wanted that man's wife. Now, he had a whole lot that he had to go to God about. But he
Okay.
was still a man after God's heart. And I say that to say this. Just because somebody may be further along than you are, it doesn't mean that the universe doesn't love you. It
Right.
doesn't mean that you're not progressing. You are. You are. But you're progressing on your path and
Right.
they're progressing on their path. And it doesn't matter if you started at the same time because it will take more for some people to get started on their path than others. And then some people will start their path and they'll go like this, but
Mm.
then they will hit their plateau.
The
Then they're
plateau.
going to have to go harder to get past that plateau. It's like losing weight. You got to
Yep.
work hard to get off that plateau because once you hit it, you got to do a whole lot more than what you did to get to the plateau. But it's the same thing. So, as Pastor Kendria would say, that's Diane's friend. I always say her name wrong. Don't begrudge small beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Don't begrudge small beginnings. She's not with me now, guys. I get emotional. She's deceased. When I say she's not with me, don't begrudge small beginnings.
Yeah.
Because it's not about how you start and where you started. It's the lessons you learn along the way and the
Absolutely.
fact that you cross your finish line. Because your finish line is going to be different from mine. And I'm going to give you a secret that might help you to feel better when you be encountering these situations. We have hundreds of thousands of finish lines.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of finish lines. So many finish lines that we cannot count them all.
Yep.
So what are you saying, Taz? And I'm going to use this because it's very concrete. I'm an author.
Yeah.
I got so many finish lines within that. So what does that mean? Every time I write a book, that's a finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I come up with an idea, that's a finish line. Every time I do this, every time I do that, that's a finish line. So you've crossed a finish line. And then there are things that I haven't even thought of, and there are things I have thought of that I haven't crossed those finish lines yet because they're going to take a whole lot of work to get it done, to get me started. It doesn't mean that I am not doing a good job. It doesn't mean that I'm not valuable. I'm all of those things. But some things I can do quickly,
Right.
some things take time. So if you're looking at other people, don't compare yourself to them because it'll make you feel sad or make you feel angry. Don't compare yourself to them. Just know that every day you're crossing finish lines, and we have to learn to look at the glass half full versus half empty. But it's easy to look at it from that critical stance. That's human nature. But you are successful because every day you get up, you cross a finish line.
Yep.
You do it all day long. All day long, you're crossing the finish line. We just don't think about it like that, but you're
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So again, keep that in mind, and I hope that it will encourage you. And I do hope that as of the time that I posted this, and of course this will be on YouTube where I house everything. So those on YouTube, go to my Dr. Teresa Smith IG page, and you'll see where I posted the excerpt of the Jamal Bryant sermon, because I just think it was so befitting. We pour into others, and you brought it up, OnJerya, and didn't even realize you were doing it. We're
Mm-hmm.
pouring into other people, and we have nothing for ourselves. And when you have nothing for yourself, you may cross your finish line, but you can't even see that you had a win.
Right.
And then sometimes you won't cross your finish line because you're so depleted, you can't even crawl across the line. You just hanging on. Is it 6 o'clock yet? Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 11 o'clock yet? Am I even going to be able to walk to my car? Am I going to be able to walk to my bed if you're working from home? I'm so exhausted. I'm just washed out. I have nothing else to give.
Nothing to get.
And it doesn't have to be that way. And I do feel like off the call. Could you feel it, OnJerya?
I
You're not
did.
going
I
to do
thought
off.
she was gonna do it. I said, Lord, she gonna say, let the doors of the church open, Father God. Hallelujah.
I felt it, OnJerya.
She's
I
gonna
didn't feel
do
it
it.
last week, but I felt it just then. But we're not going to do altar call.
Let the
For some
church say
reason,
amen.
well, thank you.
There's a new song, just throwing a little plug out there. I haven't heard it in its entirety. And I can't really remember what it's called. Maybe it's like Let the Church or something. But anyway, it's with Tasha. Is it Tasha Leonard Cobb? Is that
Tasha
how?
Cobb? Tasha Cobb?
Tasha Cobb. There you go. Tasha Cobb and John Legend. You should
Oh,
listen
really?
to it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm writing it down. John Legend, Tasha Cobb. Okay. At the church. Okay.
It's
I feel
something
like
with
I
the
did
churches
see
in the
something.
title. Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
I'll be listening to it because I like both of them. So, and I certainly like Let the Church Say Amen by Andre Crouch. That's all you got to do is let the church say amen. But I did feel it coming this time, OnJerya, that I was about to do altar call. I don't know what's with me, this altar call thing. But anyway, if I do it one night, guys, don't y'all say, oh my God, it'll be because he's leading me, and where he leads me and guides me, I'm going to have to go.
Yeah.
But remember, you're crossing finish lines every day, 50, 100,000 times a day. Even though it's not 100,000, but you really are. You're doing it 200 or 300 times a day, and you don't even think about it because we don't look at the small wins. But every win is a win.
That's
And
it.
if you start to look at your wins, you won't even have time to be thinking about nobody else.
Mm-mm.
Won't have time to keep going back and forth with me about whether that's a zipper that's busted or not busted. I just saying.
Same.
OnJerya. OnJerya. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. With Real Talk with Taz and OnJerya. We're just two sisters with two perspectives on life, love, and everything in between. And before you go trying to take care of somebody else, please make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye bye.